A major shakeup in what was supposed to be a heated runoff between two Republican candidates in less than 2 weeks. Today, Kelly Daughtry dropped out of the race in the newly drawn 13th Congressional District, seemingly handing her opponent Brad Knott the nomination. All new tonight, Aaron Thomas spoke with Knott and the man he'll face in November, Frank Pierce, about this surprising move. Aaron?
Yeah, Brad Knott tonight telling me that he's humbled to be in this spot. Consider this. We have our North Carolina lawmakers who recently redrew these maps, making them lean in favor of a Republican candidate. But you have the Democratic rival candidate, Frank Pierce, who says he's still motivated about the general election come November.
Brad Knott went door to door in this Johnston County neighborhood, working to win over voters in the upcoming May 14th runoff election. He's now the lone Republican vying for the competitive 13th Congressional District after his runoff opponent, Kelly Daughtry, suspended her campaign.
Big news of the day is your runoff opponent, Kelly Daughtry, decides to drop out of the race. What's your take on this decision, and are you surprised?
Somewhat surprised. I mean, they ran a very tough campaign. They put a lot into it.
Both Knott and Daughtry positioned themselves as loyalists to former President Trump's agenda. Daughtry, a Johnston County attorney, now throwing her weight behind her former opponent, saying, in light of President Trump's endorsement of Brad Knott for the congressional seat in District 13, it has become clear that a pathway to victory is no longer feasible.
Local law enforcement. So momentum was certainly building, and when he jumped on, it was like adding, some fuel to the tank for sure.
I just think it also shows that D.C. is involved in the race, and the RNC is putting a finger on their race to tip it their way.
Strong allegations from Frank Pierce, the Democratic candidate Knott will face in November. He knows stakes are high as the newly drawn district heavily favors Republicans.
They redrew the map, but you can only redraw the map for people who have voted. So our goal is to turn out the voters who haven't voted and give them a voice in this election and make them feel wanted and that their voice matters.
Now, in the March primary, Kelly Daughtry received the most votes out of 14 Republican candidates. Her name is still going to be on the ballot in this upcoming May runoff race because she suspended her campaign at the last minute. Aaron Thomas, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.